What is going on, guys? This is Miasin. So with 2024 right around the corner, I figured, you know what, why not make a review of the best cards that we will be getting, because this year is looking to be very promising. And yeah, I made a list for you guys, and I will be going over all of them in this video. But before we proceed, friendly reminder to smash the like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate you. It really means the world to me. And also, huge shoutouts to my sponsors, Inspire TCG, as well as Dueling Guards, so check both of them out. They will always be in the description box below. And also use the coupon code YASIN656. Anyway, so for the first set that we'll be getting in 2024, it will be Maze of Millennia, so very soon. And it doesn't have a lot of good cards, but Bonfire and Transaction Rollback are the two chase cards. So Bonfire searches any level 4 lower power monster from your deck to your hand, which is irrelevant on release, but it will be good once we will be getting Snake Eye Populace one set after in February in Phantom Nightmare. At the moment, this card kind of sucks. And Transaction Rollback is really good in Labyrinth because you can copy the Welcome and the Big Welcome Labyrinth effects in the grave. Even though they're once per turn, you can bypass that completely. And you can also use this in like combo decks with the Beatrice and basically mimic any normal trap card in the game, including Ghostmeat Girl, the Mayakashi trap card, or some other nasty card. So Transaction Rollback is filthy. It'll most definitely get Beatrice banned, if it's not already, because this is a pre-recorded video, so I've got no idea. Anyways, Armored Xyz is another very good card, but it's not as easy to play as these cards, and this can only be played in like some niche decks like Shark or some like a weird DDD variation. But it does allow some random combos to be like one card Kali Yuga on the opponent's turn. You know, it's something. Anyways, that's it for Maze of Millennia, because like I said, this set is dog shit. But Phantom Nightmare is going to be insane. It introduces a lot of new support for older decks, as well as some newer decks. So Raid Raptor used to be complete dog shit, but it's going to be extremely good with the new support, to the point where it can easily play through Droll and Nibiru, and sometimes other hand traps as well. And you're definitely, you should, you know, keep an eye out on the new cards. The Goblin Rider deck is going to also be very interesting, even though I don't think a lot of people will play it. This deck is like the biggest kryptonite of the purely deck, because the theme of the deck is to detach materials from your opponent's monsters or your own monster, and then you get to trigger a bunch of effects. But if you're detaching from your opponent's monsters, it's even better. So obviously against Purely, you detach the little level 1 cat, and then Expurely Noir stops becoming a quick effect, so that's the reason why it is so good against them. Goblin Rider is very cool, and it's kind of like similar to like Gold Pride Punk. You can also play the Punk engine in it. It's just another like a rank 3 or link 3 level 3 Axis deck. But the most popular cards will definitely be Snake Eye Populace, which is going to be gluing everything together for every fire deck playing the Snake Eye engine, as well as a Promethean Princess. This is another stupid card. It is completely cracked. I mean, I can't believe we're getting a Link 3 with like so many good effects. It is going to be legendary. Now, Infection Busking, I think this is also coming out in Phantom Nightmare, but I could be wrong. Maybe this is actually in Maze of Millennia. So it's another card that you might want to be able to get your hands on, because it is a very good rank 8 monster. But again, it's a rank 8, so unless you're playing the Horus engine, you might just not have to care about it. Anyways, another deck that we will be getting that is brand new for the TCG is going to be the Silent Forcing deck. It's a ritual deck that doesn't really combo off too hard. I mean, it does like very linear things, and it's just very repetitive, but it's very good at what it does. And the ceiling level is still relatively decent, because even though you're not summoning a lot of monsters, the few monsters that you're summoning, they're insane. Like Skull Guardian, for example, will have 4100 attack if there's no Vox on your field or grave, which is basically like the main ritual material that you're using. And it's also an Omni-Negate, and it gets you a lot of nice stuff going. Like, it's a search on summon, it does everything you could ask for. So this deck is absolutely fantastic. The Magic Spectre deck is also getting new support with the Porcupine and the Link 2 monster, so also keep an eye out on that. There's going to be a new Illusion monster that for some reason people are playing in the branded Chimera deck. It's kind of like a Dark Ruler Battle Fader-esque monster. It's a little complicated, but yeah, I still don't understand why people are playing it, but I mean, if they are playing it and they're doing well with it, who am I to judge? One card that I actually find very interesting that's going to be boosting a few decks, including, I mean, Mathmech, Salamangreat, just Cybers decks in general, is going to be EMP Grimyaud. You can summon it if there is any Link monster on any field or grave, and then if it's in your hand or grave and a Link 2 monster you control is sent to the grave or banished face up. So this synergizes with IP Masquerade or SP Lone Knight. You get to bounce back a face up card your opponent controls. Sorry, any card your opponent controls, which is even better. So it's really nice in Salamangreat, because you can use Salamangreat of Fire and any monster to make a sprint, and then you send the EMP Grimyaud. and then you're going to be able to send the sprint when you destroy it with a Promethean Princess, and that is going to be triggering the Grim Meowth to bounce back a card your opponent controls. So Salamangreat can actually make 5 interruptions like relatively easily now. This deck is going to be getting much better, especially with the Promethean Princess and EMP Grim Meowth, so also keep an eye out on Salamangreat. Anyways, another card that I actually think is extremely good in Phantom Nightmare is going to be Rumpel Toyfell. So this is relatively similar to Transaction Rollback, as in it has an on-field and an in-grave effect. It's really good in Labyrinth, but it can also be played generically. It's just a really good card overall, especially if you know exactly what to call with this card. It rewards being really well prepared and understanding your opponent's deck to like a very deep level. So I really like this card. Terrors of the Netherroot is another cute card. I think Labyrinth might want to play like one copy of this card, but not necessarily. And it has like an effect that allows you to set like a Terrors of the Overroot for free from your deck. It's a decent card, I want to say. Iron Thunderhammer is like a very complicated Solemn Judgment because it gets to negate anything. It's not once per turn. It even negates monster effects, but you do have to pay half your life points to negate, and it also destroys every card in the spell and trap zone of the card that you're negating and destroying. So that's my issue, is that your opponent can actually like kind of play around it by always putting the duster, like if he's dustering you in front of whatever card he wants you to destroy. So yeah, this card can backfire just like it can be very beneficial for you. It really depends on how people position their columns, but if people are not really respecting this card, it would actually be insane. It's kind of like a Mech Knight Solemn Judgment, if you will. But yeah, that's it for Phantom Nightmares. So a lot of really good cards, a lot of really new decks, because all of these decks are like tier 1 potential almost. I mean, Goblin Rider is decent, Raid Raptor is also very nice. Obviously, anything that plays with the Snake Eye engine is going to be fantastic. Silent Forcer is definitely tier 1 status. Magispectre maybe not so, but it's still very good. And if we get Kieran back, hey, we never know. And then obviously Branded Chimera, I don't think it gets like a huge boost with Envoy of the Wax State, but we can always hope. Obviously Labyrinth is going to be tier 1 because it's Labyrinth, and it's also going to be getting prior support. And it's probably going to be dodging the ban list. And Salamangreat, I mean, I'm probably not going to be tier 1, but hey, again, if someone can prove me wrong, I'm always down. Now, after Phantom Nightmare, we are getting the core set Legacy of Destruction. Don't know if we know for a fact when we'll be getting it, at least not at the moment of the making of this video. But we're getting a lot of really cool new cards. So we're going to be getting the Yugi deck, which is like a cohesive way of making the old cards that Yugi played like actually work, which is really cute. A pretty decent deck. It's a mid-range deck. It doesn't make like unbreakable boards. It doesn't really spam anything. The ceiling level isn't that high, but it's just a very cute deck that doesn't suck, actually. So you can definitely... Oh, what the heck? I misclicked. But you can definitely win some regionals with it. I didn't intend to, like, remove it from the list, but yeah. Anyways, we're also getting Melodious support in the set, which I actually think is extremely good. So also want to keep an eye out on that. I want to say the deck is going to be close to tier 1 because it can play a lot of starters and it can play a lot of hand traps as well. And Herald of Orange Light, because every card in the deck basically is a light fairy outside of like your spell cards and your other non-herald hand trap basically. Now, Lightsworn is also getting some new support and it's actually extremely good. I can't wait to make a combo video deck profile on it if I haven't already. Again, this is a pre-recorded video, so I have no idea if I had the time to make something yet. A lot of my friends really love Lightsworn. If anything, I'm doing it for them and also for myself because I used to love Lightsworn when I was a kid. And you know what? I'm still a kid, so... Anyways, the Silent Forcer deck is also getting a little bit of support in the Legacy of Destruction set. The Continuous Spell is good, but the Ritual Monster, the Saphira Monster, is not that great. That's it for Legacy of Destruction, at least for now. Terminal World is going to be also very good, so we're going to be getting Infernoid's support, which is insane, complete insanity. Definitely tier 1 in the TCG. If you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, this deck does nothing. It is just, if you play this as like a Reasoning Monster Gate RNG deck, forget it. You just pack up your cards, go back home. You don't know how to play this deck, but it's very, very good in the right hands. Ice Barrier is also the complete crack. There's infinite ways of playing the deck, but my personal favorite is Runic Ice Barrier. You can play through a bunch of hand traps. You can draw 7 cards. You can play around Nibiru. It's completely insane, and this deck is also very consistent. You're not gonna break with Ice Barrier Runic. Ritual Beast, on the other hand, is going to be one of the better Shifter decks. Shifter also literally helps you out, so that's pretty nice. And the deck, you know, can put up some nice boards, and it's getting way more consistent. Can finally play with 1 card, so you go normal summon the Kana Hawk, and then you play from there. And finally, we are also getting Gen X support in Terminal World, but it's not like that amazing, so the deck was so bad before that I don't even think that insane support is enough to make it good. Now, there are some other sets that I don't even know their name, but it's not even that relevant because we don't even know the date. We are getting support for the Resonator deck in the form of Red Lotus, King, Flame Crime. This is like, I think in Premium Pack 24, something like that. But yeah, this card is pretty good. It has a lot of nice effects, so yeah, read it if you want to play Resonator. But I already have like a Resonator combo video and deck profile, and this card is involved in a bunch of combos. It is a great card, I can guarantee you that. The toy engine is kind of shit. I wouldn't really recommend looking into it. It's just like there's only 3 cards in the whole engine, so for now at least there's like no potential. You can do some cute things maybe in Cyber Dragon, but it's not like super incredible. But if you want like a combo video of like Cyber Dragon toy, let me know in the comment section. Anyways, we're also going to be getting a salvage-esque card for fire monsters. So target up to 2 level 4 lower fire monsters with different names in your grave. Add them to your hand so you can recycle back Ash and like a Snake Eye monster. It's cute, but I mean, it's irrelevant. So yeah, your Flamberge already revives back 2 monsters. You don't need any more recursion. And you also have like Sunlight Wolf. There's like infinite ways of getting back fires from your graveyard to the hand or to the field. So this is completely irrelevant. We're just adding oil to the fire. No puns intended. Anyways, Sacrifice Level Up is actually an extremely cool card. I'm definitely making a combo video on this card because it allows you to do some nasty things. It is a normal spell card that reads, target 1 Xyz monster you control, banish 2 of its materials, and if you do special summon from your extra deck 1 Xyz monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster, but it cannot attack this turn. But the effect is not negated, so you can actually do some pretty cool things, and it is once per turn, so you can search it with Thrust. It's not searchable in any other ways that I can think of, but yeah, it's a cute card. And then we're also getting some Sky Striker support, so a lot of cards actually. So Pillar of the Future, Cyanos, and a bunch of Link monsters, Surgical Striker Spectra, Sky Striker Ace Camellia, that's a really good one. And then Azalea Temperance, that's fine. Combination Maneuver Engage 0, I actually hate that card. And yeah, these are the only Link monsters I can think of. But yeah, the new Sky Striker support is not too great. But I think Engage is going back to 3 because of that. And there's also Shining Star Dragon and Code of Soul that are coming out in the same set, I believe. But those cards aren't like fantastic. I mean, Shining Star Dragon is pretty cool, but it's not like game-breaking. And by the way, I did forget to mention that Enigmaster Pagbet is a level 8 Synchro monster that will be out in Phantom Nightmare. So the same set as the Raid Raptor, Goblin Rider, Snake Eye, Sun Enforcer, etc. And this card is very good as a Nadir Servant target or Dogmatica Punishment target. Neo Something Terahertz. Yeah, you send that, and then when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target a monster on the field or in any graveyard or something, and place it in the continuous trap by discarding a card. And you can also Synchro Summon it in the Mathmech deck, so even more Mathmech support on top of the EMP Gremyowd. And the final card that we have no idea when we'll be getting is Moon of the Closed Sky, so it's very similar to It's not that it's similar to Underworld Goddess, but it shares like a common effect. So it's a Link 2 monster with these 2 zones, as you can see, and it reads, you can target 1 face-up opponent's monster this card points to. This turn, if you Link Summon a Link 5 monster using this card you control as material, you can also use that opponent's monster as material. So that allows your Underworld Goddess to basically use 2 monsters your opponent controls, which is actually extremely good when you think about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the best cards of 2024, at least at the moment. I'll try to cover like more, obviously, if more comes to come in the future. That was actually horrible. But yeah, at least at the moment, that's what we have. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts about 2024 in the comment section below. Do you think it's going to be a great year? I definitely do think it will. I'm already looking very forward to 2024. Yeah, before we end this video, I just want to wish you guys a happy new year. I wish you all the best. I am repeating myself. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next year. Peace.